Father time catches up with everyone. We all feel bad when our favorite player retires just because he can't do the things he used to in his prime. Players are also different. Some players love the game so much they will keep playing as long as they contribute at least something. Sometimes that means playing even in their 40s. Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm Purple Prince and today I want to talk about NBA players who played, still play in their 40s and how good they still are or were. For starters, right now there are two active NBA players who have eclipsed the age of 40. Dirk Nowitzki next season will play for the Dallas Mavericks for like the 100th season, and Vince Carter, who is the oldest active player at almost 42 years of age, doesn't chase rings and will play for the Atlanta Hawks. Both players are still productive. Vince Carter became the first 40-year-old to hit at least 3 three-pointers in an NBA game, and since he hit 40 years of age, he's had 2 seasons of NBA action, averaging 8 points per game with Grizzlies in Memphis and 5.4 points last year in Sacramento. Dirk Nowitzki just turned 40 and technically hasn't played a game yet after turning 40. Last season, he still averaged 12 points and 5.7 rebounds per game. And while Carter nor Nowitzki are stars anymore, they are future Hall of Famers who have made enormous contributions to the game. Now, there's one more active 41-year-old player who has yet to sign with another team, and that's Jason Terry, a champion and a 3-point specialist who last year played for Milwaukee Bucks and averaged 3.3 points. His career might be over, but we'll see. Maybe some team in a need for a veteran voice in the locker room will sign Jason Terry to a 1-year deal strictly to have a veteran leadership and some minutes here and there. Okay, now to the history. In total, there have been 27 players in NBA history who have played an NBA game after turning 40. Dirk Nowitzki next season will become the 28th. The oldest player to ever participate in an official NBA game was Nat Hickey. He competed in an NBA game on January 28, 1948, just 2 days before his 46th birthday. He is a bit of an outlier though, since he was a coach at the time and returned just for 2 games, averaging 1 point per game for the Providence Steamrollers when NBA was still called the Basketball Association of America. The next one on the list is a one-time champion and all-star Kevin Willis, who in his prime averaged close to 20 points and 15 rebounds per game. A 7-foot center power forward who played his last game when he was 44 and a half, played 4 more seasons after hitting 40, but played barely and averaged only 3 points and 2 rebounds. In total, 10 Hall of Famers played at least a game after hitting 40 years of age. This includes recent inductees Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, and Grant Hill. All 3 had great careers, and that is logical since they are in the Hall of Fame. Jason Kidd was playing for the New York Knicks when he hit 40 and was still playing a solid 26 minutes per game, albeit not with the same effectiveness. Steve Nash probably wants to forget his age 40 season, since it was filled with injuries, disappointments, and as he was in Los Angeles Lakers, which means a team with high aspirations, and ultimately with a retirement. Grant Hill, one of the best all-around players this game has ever seen, was with LA Clippers, servicing as a bench player and scoring a bit more than 3 points per game. 4-time champion Robert Parrish played almost till 44, and in his first age 40 season averaged very respectable 11 points and 7 rebounds for the Celtics. And I'm sure he is glad he signed that 1-year deal with Chicago Bulls in 1996, because Michael Jordan gave him the 4th ring in the final year of his NBA career. Speaking of Michael Jordan, as a 40-year-old, he played for Washington Wizards, and while he obviously wasn't the Jordan of the 80s and 90s, he still scored an equal 20 points per game as a 40-year-old. Impressive. Another impressive player was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who won 2 championships with the Lakers after turning 40 years old. He wasn't the Kareem of the 70s, but he was still a solid contributor with his average of 14 points and almost 6 rebounds per game. The block machine Dikembe Mutombo played 3 more seasons after turning 40 in Houston, but those were mostly forgettable, around 3 points, 5 rebounds, and just a block per game. 6-time champion Bob Cousy, as a coach of Cincinnati Royals, tested NBA waters at age 41, played 7 games for the Royals, averaging less than a point and 1.4 assists. Partners in crime from Utah, John Stockton and Karl Malone, both played after hitting 40. John Stockton hit age 40 in his last season with Utah Jazz in 2003 and averaged 10 points and 7 assists. And after Stockton retired, his lifetime partner on the court, Karl Malone, went on to sign with the Lakers for a year. And we all know how the Lakers super team ended their 2003-2004 season. Karl Malone was frequently injured, including playoffs, but when on court, still averaged 13 points and almost 9 rebounds per game. Most recently, it was two Spurs legends who tried to play in their 40s. Tim Duncan was nowhere near the Tim Duncan he used to be, even in his age 39 season. And just a couple of weeks ago, another Spurs legend, Manu Ginobili, retired after spending his age 40 season averaging 9 points, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. He was still a very good and impactful player. Just a coincidence, but Andre Miller also had his last season with the Spurs as he turned 40 years old. One of the best passers in NBA history averaged 4 points and 2 assists that season. There are 10 more players who played at least a game after turning 40, and some of those players are very recognizable. Players like Charles Oakley, Kurt Thomas, Juwan Howard and Rick Mahorn were all very good players in their prime, but after turning 40, and to be honest, even a little bit before, they weren't capable of producing quality basketball anymore. None of them averaged more than 4 points per game in their age 40 plus season. So, what's the verdict? Players age. You probably right now think, duh? Well, it's as simple as that. We all love our childhood heroes. It was hard for me to watch Jordan retire, Kobe retire. Heck, even when Ginobili retired, I felt bad. Just because you know you watched someone for so many years and one day, they just aren't on court anymore. But everyone ages. I do, you do, and basketball players certainly do as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Which 40-year-old NBA player was the most impressive after hitting 40? Do you like players stretching their careers, or would you rather see them play while they still can do things at a high level? Leave a comment below, like this video, and subscribe for future NBA content. This was Purple Prince, and I'm out.